Joining me now is the always brilliant Douglas Murray, best-selling author and associate editor of The Spectator. Well, Douglas, another week, another embarrassing Joe Biden slip-up. Honestly, I think we should make a weekly segment out of this. We really could. We could make a daily segment. Now, let's take a listen to the president, who seems to have forgotten that he was vice president under Barack Obama, not his wife, Jill.
And I'm deeply proud of the work she's doing as First Lady with Joining Forces initiative she started with Michelle Obama when she was Vice President and now carries on.
Or Douglas, does he think Michelle Obama was Veep? I can't work it out.
It's a classically non-lucid Joe Biden moment, isn't it? It just, as you say, has to go into the catalogue of similar things. Remember during the campaign race, he on stage, he seemed to confuse his wife and his sister at one point, and then said, "Oh, they've switched them on me," as if there was some divine plan to confuse him about who his wife was. So no, I mean, this is a very typical, very average week in Joe Biden's head, I'm afraid.
Now, last week you detailed the three big gaffes we saw from him in Europe, and they were important gaffes because each time the White House had to come out and either issue a correction or a clarification because we did not want World War III starting out because of one of these gaffes. Right. What can they do to manage this a little bit better? Everything he seems to read comes from an auto cue, and yet we still have these issues.
Yeah, I mean, as you say, I mean, what we discussed today is very light-hearted. What we were discussing last week on this is very, very serious. You know, is this question of how somebody going off script could seriously trigger international disaster? I mean, we're really, it's an extraordinary moment we're in because nobody really wants to do what they would normally do at this point, which is to question the abilities of the president and talk about successors and much more. The problem in the US, of course, is that if you were to trigger the relevant amendment, you'd get President Kamala Harris, and no one's sure that that's an upgrade. And but it's strange. It's almost as if there's a sort of just a desire, certainly by the media in America, to just will Joe Biden through the next 2.5 years, and indeed be complicit in his pretense that he's actually going to run for office again, when there seems very little likelihood that that would go.